Hey, what's up guys, welcome back. In this project I'm going to be making some picture frames from some scrap wood, and the wood I'm using is oak and walnut. So around Christmas time I work on a lot of projects as gifts for family and friends, and with that comes a lot of scrap wood and offcuts. And I like to use those for smaller projects so they don't go to waste, and these picture frames are pretty good with using up some small pieces of wood, because you don't need a lot to make a picture frame. Getting started, I cut and planed down the boards to the right thickness, and then I just cut the miters on my 45-degree miter sled. And here I'm just putting a rabbet on the inside edge, and it's going to be about the thickness of the blade, so 1/8 of an inch, and then about 1/4 of an inch into the piece of wood. So I kind of jumped the gun on the glue up and forgot to put the chamfer on the inside edge before I glued them up, and the router table works, but it makes a rounded corner on the inside, so it didn't really look that good. So at first I routed it, and then I took it to the bench and cleaned it up as best I could with a chisel, and it came out pretty good after I sanded and everything. You couldn't really notice that it was cut with a router bit. After that I decided to put some splines in it just to add some strength, and I offset the blade so I would take one pass and flip the frame over, and that would give me 2 splines per joint, and that made the frame really strong. Here I'm just cutting up some hardboard for the back of the picture frame, and then some plexiglass as the glass. And I'm just using some masking tape just to make sure there's no chip out with the table saw blade. Here I'm just drilling some holes for dowels, and that's what'll hold the picture frame up, and then to keep the the plexiglass and the picture actually in the frame, I cut some small little tabs and then I'm using some small screws, and they'll swing over the hardboard and hold the hardboard in place. So after I sanded, I applied a Minwax wood finish stain, and this is just a natural wood stain with a little bit of polyurethane in it, and it really makes the wood pop. I absolutely love the color of both the oak and the walnut. Once the wood finish dried, I just reassembled it and it was pretty much done. I loved how they came out. All the joints were really tight, and I loved the splines and the contrasting wood. I thought that was a cool feature. And I really liked that knot in the oak. I thought that added some character to that picture frame, and I just love the whole look of both of them. That's it for this one, guys. It's a pretty simple project, but I had some fun building them. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And also try to find me on Instagram at Long Island Woodworking. I post more frequently there, and that'll keep you up to date on some of my projects. Thanks for watching, guys.